We have several graduates who are employed up there with the Topiary, with the city of Greenwood. So that's something that's pretty unique. Most students don't get to go design and build a life-size elephant or a giraffe for a horticulture project.
Yeah. What are they typically using for the topiaries? Welcome to SC Green TV. My name is Ryan Watkins, and I'm your host. Our goal is to provide you with inspiration and education to help you grow your green industry business. From greenhouse management to turfgrass science, Piedmont Technical College in beautiful Greenwood, South Carolina is preparing their students for the real world and their future careers. Let's go talk to horticulture instructor Jeremy Brooks to find out what sets this South Carolina horticulture program apart. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Ryan.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, thanks for visiting us today in Greenwood.
Really excited to be at Piedmont.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you on campus to see what our students are doing and look at our great program.
So Jeremy, tell us a little bit about Piedmont Technical College.
Piedmont Technical College is a two-year technical college located here in beautiful Greenwood, South Carolina. We service 7 counties in the Lakelands area of South Carolina for both our traditional students and our dual enrollment students. So we have programs in the high schools as well as here on campus. Our students are able to take classes in landscape management, turf grass, greenhouse propagation, greenhouse production. We really like to focus on the work-based learning for our students, trying to look at what's out there in the industry. We communicate a lot with industry to see what skills our students need and try to create work-based opportunities for those students to obtain those skills. So when they leave us, they're prepared to go into the workforce.
I heard you mention the phrase work-based learning. What does that mean?
We have that relationship with industry partners. We talk to them, we visit them, we see what skills they're looking for in employees.
Right.
And then we try to make sure we embed that into our courses. So those actual scenarios or situations our students will run into post-graduation in the workforce, we try to go ahead and already have those work-based opportunities set up in our classes and our labs so they've experienced that, so they're prepared for that workforce.
What's the value for the students that you do that kind of collaboration with industry leaders and industry professionals?
We found that the industry professionals, they like our students because they know that they've already experienced these tasks.
Right.
So when they get onto site, whether it's in a greenhouse, it's at a landscape install, it's in a design firm or whatever, they've already encountered a lot of these scenarios that would pop up.
It's not a surprise.
It's not surprising. That's the whole point. We don't want them to be surprised. You know, that's my goal as an educator is I try to think of everything that I've run across in the almost 30 years I've been doing this and go ahead and give it to them up front. Let's go ahead and put you on that piece of equipment. Let's create that troubleshooting problem. Let's do what we got to do so when you got there, there's no surprise.
This episode is brought to you by Moore Farms Botanical Garden, where Southern tradition meets cutting-edge horticulture. Discover our tours, classes, and camps at moorefarmsbg.org. So after you've prepared them for the real world, where do your students typically end up after they graduate?
So I would say probably about 50% of our students are coming to us because they want to start their own business. They're going into starting irrigation businesses, landscape management businesses, or opening a greenhouse. We have several students who run their own greenhouse businesses. The other 50% are going into industry. We place them anywhere from municipalities, commercial growers, landscape companies, design firms, all the way from Charleston to the mountains. We've got them everywhere. Have you noticed a particular characteristic of a student that you can tell early on they're going to be a success or they're maybe going to struggle? Confidence. We really like, we bring those students in. That's one of the first things I like to do with them is work on building their confidence, letting them know that this is something they can do. They're passionate about horticulture. They're passionate about the green industry. So build that confidence and let them kind of find that niche where they want to go, where they want to fit. What advice would you give to a, first-year horticulture student to prepare them for a successful educational track and then also getting into the real world of working? Networking. Day one, when they come in, that's one of the very first things I hit them with in that first class is to stop and have them look around the room and recognize that sitting in that room 10, 20, 30 years from now are either your partners or your competition. So we got to start building those networks from day one, and that helps each other work through schooling, and then you've got those connections, whether you're starting your own business or you're working in the industry. Yeah, and it reminds me of that adage, it's not just what you know, but it's who you know. It's all you know. And so that's a big part of it. So Jeremy, tell us something that maybe not everybody knows about Piedmont Tech. I think one of the neatest things that's kind of unique about us here at Piedmont Tech, being that we're in Greenwood, South Carolina, home of the Festival of Flowers and the Topiaries. So our students are able to work uptown in the Topiary greenhouses for several labs. We have several graduates who are employed up there with the Topiary, with the city of Greenwood. So that's something that's pretty unique. Most students don't get to go design and build a life-size elephant or a giraffe for a horticulture project.
Yeah. What are they typically using for the topiaries?
So the topiaries are going to be a metal structure,
right?
Like a framework. Inside of that framework is an entire independent irrigation system. So every topiary's got its own irrigation system internally. Then our students will work and we stuff them with sphagnum moss.
Okay.
And then thousands and thousands of plugs.
And like, what are the typical plugs that you're using?
It could be anything. So the city of Greenwood does a really good job of just sourcing out colors to try to match the actual look of the animals.
Okay.
So they'll source out, they'll propagate, and then it could be anything from creeping jennies to
creeping fig?
Creeping fig. We use a lot of creeping fig.
Asiatic jasmine? Do you do that?
Some jasmine. I mean, it's almost any plant you can think of is somewhere in one of those topiaries because they're looking for the colors.
Do you do like coleus or like bright colored stuff?
A lot of coleus.
A lot of coleus, okay.
So that's pretty unique for us too, as we get to our plant sales, we try to base on what's uptown the topiaries. So like when we have our big spring plant sale, a lot of what we carry for that sale are what people will see uptown the topiaries.
Okay.
Stuff they can't find anywhere else. So we try to be that unique little market for them.
So Jeremy, we love to ask about success stories. Would you share one success story of a previous graduate?
I think a big thing for me being in education for nearly 30 years is all my graduates are a success story.
Wow.
You know, I love to see and talk about all the graduates I've placed in industry. I love going out and visiting industry, and it's our graduates that are there. So to me, every graduate is a success story, whether they're starting their own business or they're going out and working for somebody else. A great example would be one of our recent graduates, Angela Jones. She was here for 2 years, graduated, and now she works for the University of South Carolina on their horticulture team. So that's a great thing for us. You know, we're out in Columbia, you know, we've been there for multiple things, and you kind of bump into Angela somewhere on campus doing things.
This episode is brought to you by Brownswood Nursery, now offering delivery across South Carolina. Visit brownswoodnursery.com. Mention SC Green TV for a discount on your first order. We're going to meet Angela Jones, a previous graduate of Piedmont Tech, and find out what her experience was like. Hey, Angela.
Hey, Ryan.
So good to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming to Piedmont.
Angela, how much did you know about horticulture before you started Piedmont? And then what's it like now that you've completed the program?
When I first started, I did not know too much about turf, but now being able to tell you exactly what type of turf we're standing on now is something that I enjoyed about, you know, this experience, but just now being able to identify turf, talk more about turf, and kind of help with taking care of turf. Those are some things that were new to me at the beginning, and now I can see myself being a little bit more in a area where I know more about it.
So Angela, now that you've graduated from Piedmont, what are you doing?
So now I am currently working as a horticulturist for the University of South Carolina.
How has the horticulture program at Piedmont Tech prepared you for your role at the University of South Carolina?
So the horticulture program here has prepared me with many skills in the position that I work. This includes soil science, just giving me that understanding of basic nutrients and how to correct our soils, operating equipment, understanding our horticulture practices, and being more in depth with understanding our site conditions and environment in order to plant the right plants, and also understanding maintenance.
Angela, thank you so much for taking the time to tell us about your experience with Piedmont Tech.
Thank you for coming to visit us.
Big thanks to Piedmont Tech for having us on their beautiful campus and sharing what makes their horticulture program unique in South Carolina. Can you shake anything out? Up next, we're going to meet Angela Jones, a recent graduate of Piedmont Tech, and find out what her experience was like at Piedmont Tech. I said Piedmont Tech twice. Sometimes you say it twice because it's so nice. Am I right, Jeremy?
That's right.
Angela, la 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 la. What are some ways that some green industry, not some, what are some ways in which What are some ways green industry organizations work-based, work-based learning, work-based learning.